Holy.
And after such a dominant regular season, it is Keep Yourself Safe falling in game 1 on Burn and T'Challa. That was their map pick. I wonder how much that does play into their own sense of preparedness for this matchup. They do now have the right to select map 2. It's looking like they might be inching towards, and they are Hell's Heaven, their map of choice here. Hell's Heaven and Royal Palace, games that they were able to beat Team Fish on in the regular season, 2-0 in both of them. The only one that they lost a round on was on Burn and T'Challa, so it makes you think, hey, did they get rid of this one early, intending to lose, just so that they wouldn't get caught off guard by it later in the matchup? Well, that's the question indeed. What is it that we're going to see once again from Team Fish? Their first ban is going to be the Angela, not wanting to see Tarizange. And I imagine that Bruce Banner, once again, the ban for Keep Yourself Safe. And it is no one apart from one team foolish enough to let Bruce Banner through against Team Fish. They're going to save the Angela. What am I even fucking saying? They're going to save the Emma this time ahead of the Bucky, knowing that it's an unlikely ban from Team Fish, although I do imagine that if you do have the chance to ban both Angela and Bucky into this team, the Bucky is definitely a good ban selection. And they are going to go for it. They are going to rip it. Silver clearly more confident on the Star-Lord, the Iron Fist, the Punisher, even as we saw in that game alone. Punisher, the ban in return. I imagine that we're going to see something like an Iron Fist save here. Clearly, that Punisher ultimate at the end of that game by Silver. A phenomenal, phenomenal play. A play for the ages, quite frankly. As it's going to lead to a Star-Lord save over the Iron Fist. Rocky more confident in the Star-Lord than he is the Iron Fist. I wonder if we're going to see a save here for Chosen, and we are in the C&D, not looking to give that up just yet, and they're going to potentially ban the Invis once again, not liking the synergy that Gloomy has on Invis. I'll be very interested to know what the reasoning behind the Invis bans is in their post-game interview, as Iron Fist going to be the last DPS knocked off the board, so I imagine we're going to be seeing Silver and Rocky heading into a Star-Lord Ditto. As it would be very interesting if they're saving the Star-Lord with the intention of baiting Silver into playing it and trying to play around it. Would make the most sense, at least in my opinion, especially if they do have the Emma available. I'm wondering if someone like Gloomy is looking to play potentially the Luna team-up alongside Emma, enhancing her diamond form along with giving her access to the wall. But no, it's going to be just the C&D to begin with. We are here on Hell's Heaven, the Super Soldier Factory, the first map of choice from the random map pool. A fun fact for any of you that doesn't know, but this little icon here, this little memorial, the little destroyed token, is the only part of that that is destructible. I always make sure to knock that off in my own games. Now, unfortunately, this is not quite lore accurate, as this container for the Canary has been broken out of, but we will not be seeing a Bucky today. He has been brought back into Hydra's containment facilities tonight. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous set of scenery for us to be taking a look at, but we are underway here on the Super Soldier Factory. We are here. Team Fish on Magneto. Namor is definitely not the pick, but we do have Namor and Hela on opposite sides of the aisle, staring down at each other, these DPS, looking for it as Team Fish looking to take the high ground immediately and catch Keep Yourself Safe off guard, perhaps. Taru does have eyes on it, which means that Keep Yourself Safe is aware. Dylan immediately ripping the team up that makes this Magneto such a threat, and immediately Silver proving the value. Dylan getting a second pick early, and if you'll Keep Yourself Safe, they've struggled with their mental all game, all season, all matchup. I wonder if this is something early on that does shake you to your core. You've already lost a game early, in dominant fashion, mind you, to this Team Fish team, who seem to be hungry for it more than Keep Yourself Safe. I wonder if that's what we're seeing as Rocky very low, or if Dylan had to find this shot, and he does anyway. Gloomy not quite enough to be able to keep their DPS alive, doing everything to keep this Emma up and running despite all of the firepower. Squids, tridents, clunks of metal, and raw chaos energy firing at this Emma, who just has to run away again, potentially looking for a back cap, potentially looking for some pressure in behind, potentially just trying to give their team a release valve. This map in particular, known for its choky playstyle, known for the damage that it causes teams when they get caught in this area exactly, and Dylan showing us why. He can swing his sword, his chaos sword, and even if you could afford it, he has a patent for it. Rocky already back down low. Gloomy doing everything in their power to keep this team alive and functioning. Here comes the Namor ult, not able to fade because the Earthbound does manage to keep themselves alive and safe. They do have the ultimate, and Rocky does not. Dylan does not have his to counter, nor does Chosen Plot, and this is Keep Yourself Safe's moment. In they go! Rocky dispatches Silver, tries to dispatch of Chosen, but Chosen ulting at a terrible, terrible time. It's just them against 3 of KYS. Not only are they going to get the point, they're going to get an immense stagger. Another 6 seconds for this Team Fish team to regroup, but I tell you what, 6 seconds is nothing compared to the 90-odd% that they have already captured of this mission area. The other 2 points on this map, the Frozen Airfield and the the Eldritch Monument, good lord. Potentially ones that favor the team already winning, as Taru just going to rip the ultimate. Dylan gonna rip the counter. A good, well-timed fade from Gloomy. Dylan does manage to dispatch of Rocky, though. Looking to dispatch of Gloomy, does manage to get the double. Can the Outlier finish the triple? Not quite. Silver is going to take that honor from him. But, I mean, running out of time here is Keep Yourself Safe. Gloomy potentially going for the guard here to try and get in and on the point, but I don't think they're going to have time to contest it, especially not if you've got a player like Dr. Dylan T shoving everything in your face. Good lord. And in a game that they were expected to win, after losing a game that they were expected to win, after losing a match that they were expected to win, all of a sudden, Keep Yourself Safe, a team that seemed unkillable in the regular season, was rivaling that of the Rats of Bratislava, finds themselves with 1 round separating them and the end of their season. Get ready. God, I love this map in particular, and if there was a map to end a season on, this would be it. All of the intricate details, all of the little nooks and crannies, and of course, the massive, massive centerpiece. These great stone gates holding back Eldritch horrors of the unknown. This is the Eldritch Monument, and this is round 5 of the 3v3 League semi-finals. Technically round 4, but we count the rounds that could have been played in the count. Rocky now onto the Star-Lord. This was a pick that did benefit them in their matchup against Awfully Simple late in the regular season. Silver still on the more, potentially finding a little bit more value in pressuring this backline is Rocky. Gloomy also playing potentially something a bit more comfortable here, as Rocky does bait in the teleport to try and keep him alive. Taru now down to half HP, but does have Silver on the rocks here, and is going to manage to get the early pick, and looking to pick up a second one as Dylan trying to pressure this backline, but with the 1-2 combo of him and Gloomy, as well as Taru taking out his support, Dylan is not going to be able to handle the might of a triple from Taru. My apologies for eating in between these fights here. It is just a little bit of supplementary dinner, we'll call it, after trading, and also to help ease all of the gravel in my throat that you can hear. As we do now have 3 ults on board. Rocky, if he senses that Dylan doesn't have his ultimate, does he rip it for that, or does he try and wait? He's just going to rip it, baits out the freeze immediately, baits out the bubble as well. Not quite able to get a kill, but does manage to get the C&D ultimate out. And Gloomy not able to keep their tank alive, but does pop the ultimate to try and stay on the point. Is going to get knocked down, is going to get knocked out of the Fox Swarm, and is going to get knocked back into the respawn queue. 50% all keep yourself safe can manage, but I tell you what, given how they've been playing so far, 50% is a fucking blessing that I hope that they are counting. But already a fifth of the way there is Team Fish. Dylan playing stalwart as ever, looking far closer to his Season 1 self than we have seen at any point in this season. It feels like Team Fish has finally figured out rhythms that work for them. He's aware of where Rocky's going, which means that his team is too. Rocky immediately going in, Beyblading on the point, chosen the focus of so much firepower. We are going to see a counter ultimate out from Dylan. Does manage to still get Rocky despite his orb sitting weirdly on the roof. Rocky with the self-revive from the Adam team up. An incredible play from Rocky as he is going to get very low. Still trying to survive, falls to Dylan as these two teams are coalescing in terms of their capture percentage. Chosen does rip the freeze, but it's still low enough, and Soup's able to get it. Can Soup manage the 2v1? Does get one very low, but the bubble baited out. 6 HP. Oh yeah, hate to see it, because it was the squid that was doing all the work. 70% and counting, 30% separating. Keep yourself safe from a trip to the grand finals and a trip to Cancun. Yes, my chat is still on. Cool, just making sure that none of the players are desperately trying to call for a timeout. Silver nearly with an ult on board is going to drop his squids in behind, and Gloomy. Oh no! Silver, what a play! Oh no! And in a showing of his experience in these playoff settings, in a showing demonstrating his capacity as a leader, as a tank player, and more importantly, as a Magneto, it's Dr. Dylan T leading Team Fish to the promised land. Silver with the absolutely genius winning play down the stretch. Chosen plot, the focus of so much fire from these enemy teams, still managing to hold it together.